Welcome to my birthday show. If you want to spend my birthday with me, this is what it sounded like. But no, not really. Wait, there's more. This was my birthday yesterday. I had food poisoning for my birthday. I was sick all day. I had food poisoning all day. All day, all night, all day. All night. Happy birthday to me. 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 So I spent my whole birthday doing this. Who do you want to barf with? Who do you want to barf with? Lefty. Let's barf. Who do you want to barf with? Let's. So, if you want to spend my birthday with me, this is how I did it yesterday. I want you to feel what I felt yesterday, except without the smell and the slipping in the poop. I was literally in a basket, pooping on the floor. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Barf, barf, barf. 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 I get to be a shock jock today because this is literally what I did on my birthday. This is me on my birthday. It was really brutal. I have not been that sick in years. Like, my butt's pretty tight, but I couldn't hold all that in. I couldn't hold it in. These guys are really puking. Another microphone ruined. You understand you can't use these microphones anymore after that. That's it. That's a one-time microphone. You can never use that microphone again after you make all those noises. And as a matter of fact, I think many microphones were ruined during those recordings. That's absolutely disgusting. And that's exactly what I had to go through because I ate a friggin' stupid lettuce wrapped chicken. And I thought, on my way to Bayonne. And a couple of hours later, literally like 3 hours later, I was like, wow, what the heck did I just do? It was rough. It was really rough. I've never been that sick. It's been a long time since I've been that sick. I didn't get my stories straight here. I have a story to read. This is a great article, man. I can't believe this came out, and we missed it. I didn't even put it up yet. I didn't even put it up yet. This is really amazing. It's got a picture of Bongholio and a picture of me at the Madison Council meeting. Madison bans medical marijuana dispensaries, reversing 2022 votes. Medical marijuana advocates Edward Lefty Grimes in the luchador mask and Michael Bongholio Vinceleos in the Bong costume criticized the Madison Borough Council for reversing its previous position, supporting the opening of a medical marijuana dispensary in town at a Monday, January 23rd council meeting. The council voted at the meeting to effectively reverse 3 ordinances it passed in 2022 that would have allowed a medical dispensary. Medical, with medicine for sick people. Let's stop right there. Medicine for sick people. That would have allowed medicine for sick people have a building open. Yeah, let's reword that. They reversed 3 ordinances it passed that would have allowed medicine for sick people and Madison. Wow. I guess old grassroots Caitlin can take her wheelchair 8 miles. Because I don't think she could do a mile, to be honest with you. I think Bongholio would have a problem doing a mile. There were protests from a man dressed as a giant bong and another wearing a luchador mask. Amid the theatrics, people on both sides of the debate offered impassioned pleas, either for or against allowing dispensaries in town at the 3-hour meeting. The council ultimately voted 6-0 to reverse 3 ordinances it passed last year that had welcomed medical dispensaries to open in the community commercial zones and gateway zone at the end of Main Street. Facing widespread public backlash, the council had previously voted on December 12th to reject an application from First Choice Health and Wellness, a medical marijuana dispensary, to open at 340 Main Street between Brook Lake and Niles. A massive crowd had turned out to that meeting, urging the council to reject the dispensary's application. 6 weeks later, the crowd at the January 23rd meeting included several of the same residents supporting the council's decision to ban medical dispensaries altogether. Unlike the December meeting, however, the crowd also included a number of medical marijuana advocates this time. Sampson Avenue resident Devin Cartwithen likened the opposition to medical marijuana ordinance to reefer madness. Reefer madness! And said it seemed to come from a place of fear and lack of understanding. I don't see how of any kind of a medical marijuana place would increase crime or anything like that. If it's purely for medical, no one could go in recreationally and use it, so there wouldn't be the same sort of traffic or anything like that. Honestly, I think it's hypocritical to allow 4 or 5 different bars and liquor stores to sell liquor here. Also fentanyl. Don't forget fentanyl and OxyContin. Also speaking at the meeting was Jessie Marie Villers, a former Madison resident and Chatham High School graduate. She today runs a medical marijuana dispensary in Lambertville. Cannabis saved her life, allowing her to overcome a chronic pain disorder and resultant addiction to opiates. Calling for a moment of silence for 2 Madison residents who died of opiates last year, she said medical marijuana access is key to fighting the opium epidemic as a safe way to manage pain. Allowing for medical dispensaries in town gives an alternative option to individuals with chronic pain, patients who are struggling with cancer, and residents with other disabilities and illnesses. By not allowing medical dispensaries, Madison is choosing to readily provide access to deadly opioid prescriptions. What a shit show in Madison. Hello there.
Lefty,
What's up?
what's good?
What are you doing?
Ah,
living the dream or the nightmare, depending on how you look at it.
Where's the fix the audio? You hear an echo?
A little bit.
How about now? Is that better?
Yes, that's better. No echo.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's better.
I can't see you though. You're very dark.
Yeah, I'm just smoking a cigarette. I'll be done in a second.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I can't even tell what you're doing there. There you go.
Now you see me. Go.
Yeah, so I was just playing some sounds that you would have heard yesterday hanging out with me. It was pretty brutal.
Oh,
yeah, I had
bodily
food
function?
poisoning, and yeah, it was really bad. Like I always thought my butthole was pretty tight, like you couldn't get a pin up there with a jackhammer, and it is that tight. But when you have 10 gallons of brown water on the other side pushing its way out, and you're puking at the same time, something's gonna give. Something's gonna give, man.
Damn. So it was Wendy's that you ate?
That's the only thing I had was Wendy's.
So Wendy's is the culprit.
Yeah, I don't think I think there was some cross contamination there because I had the chicken pukes. Like I tasted bad chicken after I was puking, and yeah, it was bad.
What did you order? Did you order a burger or a chicken sandwich?
Chicken sandwich, chicken wrap.
Stay away from that.
Yeah, I normally don't do fast food. I was in a rush.
You never do, yeah.
And I stopped fast food. I'm just I was in a rush. Bad move.
You were in a rush, and then it took you out for a whole day.
Took me out on my birthday. Took me out. Well, my barf day.
Oh, shit! My dad always told me when I was growing up as a little kid. He always said, Greek, so I have to say with his accent, but he would always say, if you're ever in a hurry, the best thing to do is slow down.
Yeah. That's good advice, actually.
It is. It was good advice. He also told me, I think I told you this one time when I was like really young, he would always talk to me at like when I was like 8 years old. Like I feel like he would talk to his colleagues and stuff. But one time when I was a kid, he told me, he was like, when you get older and you look for love, just make sure you find a woman who loves you a little bit more than you love her.
Oh, that's good advice too.
That's really good advice too. It's really good.
Trying to find the other guy, the birthday video. That guy plays that steel drum, whatever it is.
That was phenomenal.
I love that guy.
That was phenomenal. Right away, I was like, I must have watched 8 times, not realizing it was on repeat.
He's so good.
Right? I want to hear Neil do a cover of that.
You should do your birthday. Check your birthday. See what he does for your birthday.
Seriously.
Because he does the whole year.
So wait. Really?
Yeah, he does it. He does every day. We should do that. We should do that with Bong Julio. Have like a happy birthday. Yeah, you should do that. We should do.
I just went from being interested to like deeply invested in this man now.
I love this guy. He's every day of the year is on there, so you could send that to anybody for any day. It's amazing.
You know what I thought he was doing? I thought he was just putting the date in, and it was the same song that he would just put the date in different every day. No, but if that's the case, wow.
It's so good. Like he might have a different one. I'm trying to find it now. I can't get onto Instagram here.
Dude, the hook of it was so good. I love shit like that. Like a good meal with simple, good, fresh recipes. You know what I mean?
Let's see if I can get it here.
Your birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh my God. This is so good. We detected unusual. Well, yeah, it was me. Fuck yeah, it was me. Why you fuck with me? We detected an unusual login. Well,
I wanted to cover that, but there's no way I would do justice.
Let's see. Where was it? I sent it to you, right? Or wait.
You also put it on Facebook. You put it on a post, your happy birthday post.
Okay. That's right.
Your birthday.
Yeah, but he's an Instagram guy, so I got to get his name. I have to find his name. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get his name. Where was it? Here he is. Ethereal and E. That's it. Ethereal and E. Where is he? Isn't that great? No, wait. When's your birthday?
May 21st.
All
Are you playing it now?
Can you hear it?
No, I don't hear it.
You can't hear it.
No.
Oh, all right. You know what? Hang on. I'll send the. I have to send the link to myself. I don't know why this computer's not. I don't get that.
Not cooperating.
No, it's not working. So I'll send it to myself here. Try it here. Okay.
Your birthday.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
birthday. Your birthday. Happy birthday. It is your birthday. It is your birthday. It is your birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, you know what I have to do? I could do it here, but I have to share it. I have to.
Did someone send that to you, or did you just find that?
I just found it. Weirdly enough.
That's cool.
Present. We have to do a share screen. Okay, share screen. Instagram.
Your birthday. Your birthday.
All right, it's called. Where's this? Ethereal and E. Let's see. Okay, Ethereal and E, and now we got to go to May.
Holy crap! You are not kidding.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So he's a straight up genius.
Oh my
is
god.
What this tells me.
Yeah, let me just grab a random one here. Whatever
Yeah.
day it is.
Yep.
Oh, this is just 10 minutes of waves of music. He just jams out for 10 minutes. This is great.
And I love how he's out in nature with these videos.
Oh, this is so cool. All right, let's go to your birthday, which is May 25th. Hold on.
21st.
May 21st. Oh, wait. Maybe did he just start doing this? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did he just start doing the birthdays? Uh-oh. Wait. I don't see.
If I was that guy, I mean, I would imagine he could get mad hits by just changing the date.
It looks like he just started doing that. I think we should do this.
Dude, it's a brilliant idea.
I love this idea. It made me happy. Bro, I'm sitting there in my puke and poop and I'm all nasty and I feel horrible. And I come across this video because I couldn't I couldn't look at my phone. And I looked at my phone for a few minutes and I just came across this. Your birthday, and it made me smile. The first time I smiled in hours because I couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
That says a lot. That just shows you the magic healing power of music.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, please click that one. Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it. Yeah, eat it.
Eat it. Eat
What
it.
kind of mushroom is that? Anybody know what kind of mushroom this is?
It's called penis cubembis.
Yes. All right. So no, the birthday thing. He's going to do your birthday this year, obviously, because he just started doing it. Wait, did he start doing it January 1st? No.
Really?
What? Wait, when did he start this? Oh my God, this guy's blowing my mind right now. We're in the middle of his genius right now.
I love it.
Where is he starting this? Happy birthday right here. Happy birthday. What's the date on this one?
Your birthday, your birthday, your birthday, happy birthday.
Yo.
It is your birthday. It is your birthday.
I'm so happy.
It is your birthday. Happy birthday.
I love this guy.
Yo, he is so good.
I
Oh my
love
God.
him. Wait, come on.
Your birthday.
I love
The
it.
notes he's hitting as he's singing is so great.
All right, here we go. Wait, is this it? It's fun.
Your birthday.
January 1st.
Your
January 1st.
birthday.
There it is.
Your birthday. Happy birthday. It is your birthday.
Oh my God.
It is your birthday.
Oh my God.
It is your birthday. Happy birthday. Your birthday. Your birthday.
So sick.
Your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yo,
Oh, so sick.
I'm messaging him. I want him on the podcast.
Yeah, you need him on there.
This guy is great. I'm gonna tell him you made my puking and pooping feel better. You eased it. You eased it. You helped me.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's his job.
Really, that's so cool.
That's like gifts from the universe.
I want to know where he's at. Like, where does he make these videos? Where did he get that drum? Does he know Neil?
Does he know Neil? Right, like Neil's known the guy since like '96.
Yeah, it's my buddy. I do his taxes.
Yeah, he made me the steel drum.
He grew me this mushroom.
He's great.
He comes here every day and combs the sand for my beach here.
All right, let's smoke some weed.
Neil's amazing. I'm going to do a dab.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This article is amazing. I love this article so much.
Dude, yeah. So somebody at work sent that to me today. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the article. I thought it was well written. I thought it was good. It was very detailed.
Yes.
It was like as if they were there detailed. Like they watched the whole video, informed themselves properly.
The quotes. I'm a bong.
The whole thing was there.
Everything was, dude. Everything was there.
The whole thing was there.
Proper respect on this article.
Yeah, proper respect, straight up, just from the public.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And for all you people that didn't show up, you're welcome.
You're welcome as well.
For all you guys who didn't show up, that whatever, for whatever reason.
Thanks for being expressively over opinionated.
Oh, let me get my banner. Where's the banner? Oh, your birthday. Your birthday.
Yo, Madison really turned out to be a hell of a goddamn event.
Oh, I can't wait to go back.
And you know what I was thinking about? The Englewood thing or whatever. I know we should have got arrested and everything like that. We really should have. But
we weren't there for that, though. That wasn't the point.
I know. Trust me, I know. But the thing is this. Police departments, it's a very gray area. Police departments don't actually have jurisdiction on post office property because it's federal property.
No, they don't.
They don't. They just simply don't. I look back on that night and I'm like, I kind of can't believe all that went down the way it did. I'm just so unprepared.
Well, it was all meant to be. Englewood was meant to be. And this weekend, on Saturday, William Shatner is going to be at the Englewood Theater, right around the block from the post office.
That's this Saturday?
Yeah. Want to go?
You're going, right?
I'm going. I got 2 tickets.
Yeah.
I don't think Denise is going to go because it's late. We're going to be out late. And we're going to be smoking weed during the whole movie because I really don't want – I don't need to see the movie. I've seen the movie a million times. I like the movie, and I'll watch it, but I don't need to sit through the whole movie. Like, I'm going to smoke weed and hang out and have fun.
Right, yeah.
Right out in front. And I hope there's a cop there.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is use this as a activist moment because it's a question and answer period. You get to ask William Shatner questions. So I'm going to ask him when he leave. When will you do a mission for us? Will you go on a mission? 90-year-old man, I want to send you on a mission. I'm going to boldly ask you for something. When you leave here, it won't even take you any time. As you're leaving here, I want you to take a look, make a right, make two rights, and take a look at the post office. And you tell me why there's no wheelchair access for disabled people. And tweet about it or say something about it. Maybe you can help us get access to this post office.
Yeah, considering that no one cares.
Because nobody cares. And just the fact that I'm even asking that question in Englewood at a huge event with William Shatner, there's going to be radio people there. There's going to be a lot of people there. Man, it's going to be like, even if he doesn't do anything, just saying that there is going to be enough. Now, I'm going to have the balls to ask him to go on a mission. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to send you on a mission. You don't have to go, but I'm going to ask you to go on a mission for this.
He doesn't have to go, but at the same time, the dude went to space. He can go right down the street.
Yeah, bro, you went to space. You can go right around the corner here. And when you went to space, you saw there was no awe, there was no magic. You saw death. Well, you know what the best cure for that is? Helping some people. You want to save the planet? Here, help sick people get into buildings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it like that, but that's what I'm going to.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And yeah, I'm going to have the balls to ask William Shatner for something because he's my fucking hero from a kid. I grew up watching him, man. I had fucking action figures. Action figures with the phasers and shit. I had all that shit when I was a kid, man. Fuck. This is great. Like just going there and seeing all that is great, but then I'm going to have the balls to ask him for a mission. I'm going to ask him to go on a mission.
Yeah, just even being able to ask him in an auditorium just full of people.
Yeah.
I'm sure a good percentage will be Englewood residents.
And what's great is after that, I paid an extra $100 to get a picture with him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So
yes.
Yeah. So when I get up there, I'm going to hand him a brochure and I'm going to give him another spiel and ask him to go look at it. And his people, I'm sure I'll get one of his handlers at that point. And plus Frank Morano from the WABC will be there. So I want to get his ear. Maybe go on his show. That'd be great if we go on his show. He does overnights on ABC. If I show him the video of us getting in the post office, he's gonna shit.
Now you're talking.
He's gonna shit. So yeah, this will be fun. And I didn't get handicap tickets for a reason, because I want them to deal with it. I want to go there with my wheelchair without a handicap seat and see what they do. And if I have to block an aisle, I'm blocking an aisle. Well, you fix it then. You don't like it? Do something about it.
Uh-huh.
They're usually good with that shit, though. They take care of it usually.
Yeah.
Like freaking AC/DC. I had my wheelchair for AC/DC, and they had no seats, so they put me in the front row.
Straight up, yeah.
Front row. And it was only like $75 for those tickets, too. It's like, whoa.
Got to accommodate at that point.
That was great.
You know, I can't wait to see what happens for our Springsteen concert.
Yeah, I think we're going to get screwed on that one.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
I want to see what happens. Like, do we get downgraded now? That's the word, downgrade.
This would be the opportunity where it would make the most sense, because it's like, well, how do we? You can't. You know?
Now what? We're downgraded.
It might be a downgrade.
We have to go to a balcony now. Are we in a balcony? Really? Can we just go on stage?
Can we just be where we were supposed to be?
Yeah.
Can we just be like in the seats that were ours?
Really?
You know?
Yo, I should open this up to everybody, see what happens. Nobody's gonna see it though.
What do you mean open it up to everybody?
Open this StreamYard up to everybody.
Oh.
Here, I'll go in the chat. I'm gonna go in the chat. I'll send it in the chat first. Here, let me do this. This should be fun.
It's always fun.
Let's see who joins.
Always fun.
No, that's Instagram. No. Where's the StreamYard link? I sent you the StreamYard link, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there he goes. Okay. Forward. No, forward. Forward to 51c3 chat. And I'm going to put a up here. This should be interesting. See if anyone joins us. Join us.
See if anyone joins us or gets some congratulations.
Instagram.
Congratulations.
Didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Okay. It is your birthday.
Happy birthday. It is your birthday.
Okay.
It is your birthday.
All right. Got that.
Oh, do you know who I talked to today? Jenny called me when I was at work, and then I just wound up on the phone with her father. You know, she's always wanting me and you to like talk to her dad or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I actually talked to her dad today. He's a really, really cool guy. Yeah, he seems really, really nice, and he definitely seems like he's Josh Gottheimer's best friend.
Really?
Yeah, he really is. He was telling me all about like the stuff that Josh does and like the time that he spends with him and like how long he's known him for everything like that. And they're definitely like best friends. Hearing it from him just made it that much more real, I guess, if that makes sense, you know?
Man, he's got to hook a brother up.
That dude, I think you should talk to him, man. I talked to him today. He was very kind. He's like super into veterans. He's all about veterans and everything like that. And he's saying that Josh Gottheimer does a lot for veterans.
Yeah, I see that. I just can't get through to him. I can't get past his people.
Well, this is how you get through to him. They go on like vacation together.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, when I heard like just hearing him talk about like him, it was very clear that they are very close.
All right. Invite. Join us. Try it again. All right, join us. Let's try that. Let's see if that happens. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? This should be fun. I'm gonna do everyone. I'm gonna send this out to the group and everyone.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. This should be funny. Hey everyone. I gotta put it down here. Hey everyone.
I just got the tag.
I didn't tag it yet. Here, I'm tagging it now.
I think it just tagged everyone.
I did?
I think so. It just came across my thing.
Oh, come on. Shit. Hey.
Or maybe it just was the post that came across.
All right, this should be good. I just tagged everyone. Now you're going to get a tag. All right, this should be good. We're going to get some people pissed off at us, but you can come and yell at us now. Come yell at us. I like when people yell. People complain about us at the council meeting. A couple of people said that, you can't troll them and be an activist at the same time. Because
along those lines.
And I'm like, well, how many council meetings have you been to? And
coming from someone who's not an activist is making that comment, though.
Yeah, I just
so whatever.
Can't with these people. So yeah, we finally got a good article out of Madison.
Which was just written with no intentions other than trying to maintain some accuracy. So
Yeah, there was accurate portrayal of what happened. It was good.
yeah, yeah. The only thing that was incorrect was I don't live in Point Pleasant, but that's fine.
You used to.
I used to, and that's probably. I mean, I'm sure. That comes up as a known address for sure. I've lived in Point Pleasant my whole life, so don't live there now. But technically, I am from Point Pleasant, so they did that. They must have done a little bit of due diligence, checking some stuff.
They did actually.
I didn't get my name. They had my name in the article.
Yeah, they did a good job actually. With
You know what I mean? They actually covered, you could tell they spent time to make sure that they had reported it with the integrity of the just making sure it's accurate.
Uh-huh.
They didn't shy away from. I noticed sometimes it seems difficult to get a paper to plug the nonprofit. You know what I mean? That sometimes is even seemingly difficult. It seems.
They did. They said
but
something.
they did with no issues, with
Yes.
no worry about what the agenda is or whatever. It's like papers don't want to write about that shit unless they know everything about it and who they are and this and that or whatever. But that reporter understood. She understood, and I just thought that was cool.
It was a female reporter, right?
Yeah.
Was she the one in the front row there?
I think that might have been the lady who we didn't talk about it, but I think both of us might have thought. Didn't you kind of think that one lady was a reporter
With the dark hair?
Short hair.
Yeah.
She was sitting in the front row.
Yep.
Close to the door side.
All the reporters sit in the front row. It seems.
And she had a notebook, so.
Yeah, yeah. When you see the notebook,
that's to tell you.
You're either an activist or a reporter.
Yeah, you're not going to a meeting writing things down unless you're writing a paper.
Yeah, so Adam is out in L.A. at some kind of spiritual cannabis thing.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted him to come on. I wanted to talk to him. What's he doing out there?
Yeah, while he's there, right?
Yeah, what's going on out there?
How long's he out there for?
For a week.
Neat.
Yeah, it's some kind of a cannabis retreat in California.
What?
Yeah.
First time he's been there?
Yeah, where the heck is he? Who's he with? Somebody's friends of Pat Duff, of course.
Oh, that makes sense. He's got all those connections out there.
Yeah, he's with Scott Bates in Venice.
Right on.
And yeah, so that's a pretty big deal. I guess they're having bonfires out there and sessions.
Spiritual sessions. That's cool.
Spiritual sesh. I really enjoy getting super stoned before worship night.
Yes, I would do. You know what I meant to tell you? So the kid at work on Friday had given me edibles, but they were edibles that those packaged in from California. I didn't really look at it too hard, but it was just I'm yeah, they're not going to really affect me too bad. Because he ate a half of one and he was all stoned, and I'm like, he was a lightweight or whatever. So anyway, long story short, I ate the whole pack, and halfway through worship night, it kicked in, man, and I was so edible high. I was so edible high, man.
You didn't tell me that. That's great.
I know, and I meant to tell you that afterwards, but then after that, I'd already fought through the entire edible high, got past it, and then the night had just went on, but I meant to mention that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I got really stoned at church the other day, too.
That last one they did, I heard them do that before the last time we went. I forget.
Yeah.
The name of it, but I like that one.
Do you see what I see?
Yes.
Do you know what I know?
God, what's the hook to that?
I see fire, I see thunder.
Yes, yes,
Dead things coming back to life again.
yes.
Resurrection. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that fucking awesome.
Come alive. Wake up, sleeper. Yeah, that's a good song.
At that point, I like how they play at the end because at that point they've already pulled out all the tricks in the show. At that point, everybody's on stage. It's like,
Dude, they have so many songs to go through. It's like they just can pick.
mm.
Man, it's ridiculous.
And the other one they do really well is the one like Under Your Authority or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. So nobody has the balls to join us, huh? Nobody. Maybe they're afraid of StreamYard.
Yeah, a little intimidating.
People are liking it. Like, people are liking it. Like, join us. Hey, look. I don't know these people. Joanne Boyka, I don't know them. That's why.
That's more of the reason to join.
Yeah,
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, come on. Come on. Yeah, come on in.
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself. Come on and introduce yourself.
Right? Because I mean, everyone should have some kind of a worthwhile story to relate to the conversation of cannabis, considering that they're followers. You know.
Oh, here. You can. Why don't you tag them too now? Because a lot of times my tags are turned off because they snoozed me.
I see.
I pissed them off so much with those. So if you do it, maybe you're not snoozed. So you should write in case you're snoozed. In case you snooze lefty, here's another.
Oh,
I love trolling our fans.
right?
Yeah, you're not fans unless you're watching and listening, right? So you're not really fans then. You can like it all you want, but you should be watching and listening. We're being funny sometimes. And sometimes we're educational. Sometimes we're both.
It's a mixed bag of tricks.
We have a lot of stuff to yeah. We have a mixed bag of tricks, is right.
There's a lot of stuff to always unpack.
Yeah. We always have a lot going on. More than most. People don't realize what it takes to do all this. Like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot.
Really don't.
A lot of stuff going
Not
on.
at all.
Like, we put in a lot of hours and time making this set here.
So much.
Just ridiculous amount of time. Like, last year was just amazing. And it just hasn't ended yet. Like, last year is still going, it feels. It's just still going. It's just, things are still happening. What are you saying? You're saying, in case you snoozed us, in case you snoozed lefty here, you can snooze me now. No, just tell them to join us. Tell them to stop effing around and join us. What are you doing? The hell's the matter with you? Here, on the chat. I got people on the chat here. Who saw it? Nobody. Oh, geez, nobody saw it on here. Let me write. Join us. We are live. We want to talk to you. Up some. Yes. Paul. Hi, Paul. Paul, you have to connect your microphone and your camera before I can add you to the stream. So I can add you to the stream, Paul, if you can hear me, but you have to activate your microphone or your camera. One or the other. I can't add you unless you do that, Paul. Paul, whoever you are, Paul. Mikey, you can't see him, can you? Mikey, you're frozen up.
Yeah, it's because I was doing the tag. Now I'm back.
Yeah, Paul's on here, but I can't see or hear him yet, so I can't add him to the stream. Paul, if you can hear me, turn on your microphone. Turn it on. Turn on, tune in, drop out.
Yes. In the words of Dr. Leary.
We want to get as many people on here as possible. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we want this to look like a virtual Zoom court hearing.
Yeah, Marissa, you have to enable your microphone and camera. I don't think they want to join. I think they just want to watch us. I don't think they're going to join us. No, we want you to join us. We want to talk to you. We want to meet you. We don't know who you are.
Join.
Yeah, we want to say hi. So just join us. Turn on your microphone or your camera. You can just turn on your microphone. Hi there, Marissa.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to stream your podcast tonight. Is that what this is?
Yeah, I don't see her though.
That's okay. Where are you from?
Plain Pleasant Beach.
Oh,
Marissa. Hey,
Hi.
Marissa. Hi.
So what are you guys going to talk about tonight?
Well, we want to talk to you too. So, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I don't know. What was the latest on the press releases?
We found another story today. Someone wrote another story about the Madison thing. So we were talking about that before. We were happy with the way it was written, and it was pretty good. It was pretty accurate, and they plugged the nonprofit, which is cool because a lot of times presses don't like to do that. So that was cool.
So what's up for tonight?
We're just trying to get people to join, have everybody take part, tell us what's on their mind, share some stories.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think this is the second time I've seen one of your podcasts, or maybe the third.
So you're not like a fan? Is that what's going on?
No, I am a fan. I see it on YouTube, so I don't know.
Right on.
Okay. So why don't you guys talk about what you're going to talk about?
are you a patient?
No, I'm not. I'm a supporter.
Right on.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say at this point. I thought you guys were like going to have like a topic at hand.
Well, no, we wanted to talk to you, but
Yeah.
I don't have nothing good to say. I had my birthday was yesterday, and it was literally a barf day. So
Oh,
you
no.
don't want to hear my story because it's not very good.
Okay.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there because it's really bad.
Happy belated.
Yeah, that's what he was fishing for, the birthday. Okay, good.
Belated barf day. I had food poisoning on my birthday, so I was like in bed, and it was rough.
It was a
That's
happy
terrible.
barf day.
Happy barf day.
Womp womp.
Wah wah wah. Yeah, it was one of those.
I'm sorry.
It got better.
That's good.
Yeah. So what do you guys talk about when you're on the phone together?
Stuff, life, this and that.
Let's listen on you guys' conversation. Just pretend I'm not here. Yeah, you guys go. Pretend here. Hi, Mikey. Hi, Mikey.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay.
Hi,
All right.
hi, Marissa. How are you? What's up? How are you doing?
Hi, Mikey. How was your weekend?
Pretty good. So, like, when do you want to work on that comedy album?
I don't know. We could work on it right now. This could be fodder.
Because what I was thinking was we need to do a comedy song in French.
Oh, Vivi.
Yeah. So that's where I'm going to need to pull from you from.
Okay. I guess you need to learn some.
No, I don't want to do any of the legwork with learning French. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'll do all the legwork. Okay. All right. I'll take care of the French part. And then you can take care of the music part.
Right on.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking we do a 3-song comedy project and we call it Nouns, and it'll be people, places, and things.
Okay, that's good. That's okay. That's how you can like learn a language too.
I'm not gonna learn a language. Dude, I got so much stuff like that keeps me busy. I cannot learn
so
French.
much stuff to do, man. Yeah.
Really.
Okay, so we're gonna make a French comedy album.
I suppose.
That's a constructive use of time.
This is great. This is really great.
I know this is fascinating for Lefty and anybody else who's listening.
Yeah, we got the whole world watching, Marissa.
What else do you guys talk about?
Yeah, what else do we talk about? The corrupt political workings behind Point Pleasant Beach.
Oh
We talk
yeah,
about
that
that
too.
often.
That too. We can talk about that.
Yeah, I guess I can't say too much on the air, but like Marissa knows a super great amount of dirt about PK.
Oh come on. There's no dirt on the PK. There's
Yeah,
no
there is.
Oh yeah,
no,
absolutely.
there's not.
What
Look,
are you
man
talking
just got
about?
married this weekend.
He did.
Yeah.
Shout out to PK and his new
That's great.
marriage.
Congratulations,
Yay.
Paul. That's all. That's great. That really is cool. I like him.
Yeah, we've known Paul for a little while.
Yeah. I've known him for a little while too. Then some. Yeah. He's a good guy. Go
Uh-huh.
PK.
Hey, all these guys better be careful. They killed a councilman.
What?
They did. They shot a councilman.
Yo, they shot her 14 times. Make sure.
No, not her. They shot someone today. Today they shot another councilman.
What?
Another one.
Where?
Not in my what?
Milford Borough councilman was shot.
What is that? New Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That's up north.
That's where Michael
Like
is. Michael
northwest.
Chizuko. Michael Chaz is a councilman up there.
He's he was
He's a new Milford. He's a new Milford. But yeah,
West Milford. West Milford. He was. Yeah.
So this guy got shot by a coworker apparently because the coworker died of a self-inflicted gunshot. Now I'm suspicious. I've never heard in my life of a sitting council person being killed. And now you got one woman shot 14 times, and now this guy shot today. But and he got killed himself conveniently. What's going on?
I don't know, but do we have to watch out?
What? Us citizens? I don't know.
We go to meetings. I'm just saying.
Hey, it's us.
I don't know, but you guys have made yourself targets if you think about it.
Actually, we like the councilwoman from Saraville. We were
And that was really horrible. Are there any updates on that? Because I saw very little about that.
No.
She's still dead. I mean,
I understand that.
Yeah, no, the FBI is on it, and they still have no leads. That's what's nuts.
Yeah, that's odd.
You know, like if the FBI is on it, I'd like to think that you watch the first 48.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there is a video. I don't know if you saw the video. There is a video of a guy, that like running and jumping over the fence, like little white fence he jumps over. But yeah, that's a shame.
No, that's terrible. Can I ask if she was Republican or Democrat?
Republican.
Yeah.
She was.
Yep.
Huh.
What do you think? What do you think what do you think happened going off of the zero information that we have?
Well, she was murdered, obviously.
I mean, I go to like lovers quarrel.
Okay. That's a possibility.
Because they shoot that many times, and like a lot of the shots were in the face. I think it was like 7 or 8 shots were all in the face.
Yeah, that's like a crime of passion, right?
That's what I think.
Like that and stabbing or something, right?
Pretty much.
Didn't she just get elected?
She was somewhat new, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year.
I don't know. Well,
Very strange. 2 council people in a week.
Has anyone ever threatened you guys?
Sure.
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, has it been like bad?
Sure.
Sometimes.
I get in their face too. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I have no filter with these assholes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Lefty, I don't see that as a problem, like for you or whatever, because I know when that happens, I know when you're confronted with that, I know you don't back down.
No.
You will not. And I respect the hell out of that.
You can't. These people have gotten away with so much for so long. It's over. It's over for them.
And you do it knowing at any moment they could punch you right in the face. And I too would not be worried about it. Then I'll sue you.
Great. That'd be great.
You want to assault me because you're upset? Then now you're going to get sued.
Is there a ramp out of it? Can we get a ramp out of it? Because I'll do it for ramps. I don't know if I could do it for just any reason though. Like I'll take a punch. It's got to be for a good reason.
Yeah, Marissa, you know that Lefty got assaulted 3 times, and each time it resulted in a business getting a ramp.
Wait, what?
He was assaulted 3 different times on 3 different occasions, and through going to court, his agreement was if you get a ramp, I'll drop the charges.
Oh, so they just got the ramps.
Yeah.
So is
Imagine
that
though. It took him having to get assaulted.
is that the course you have to go down? Like,
Yes.
Well, that's what I mean when you're asking the question. Have being assaulted or violent or whatever? That's,
yeah.
Just giving you an example.
Yeah. Yikes. That's really sad. But like, I don't know, by all means necessary. I was thinking of you the other day because I went up to the beach to get some sea glass creation things to make stuff with, and I want to let you know that all on Bay Head beaches there is they have the what is it, ADH, what the
Oh yeah, the ATA ramps.
yeah.
The padding.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have like the technical like name for it or whatever. Yeah, those are all on the Bay Head beaches.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Can you see this? Here, I'll show you the assaults.
I see.
Ignorance is no excuse for.
Yeah, I get that.
This is great.
Assaulted trying to buy a wheelchair.
Oh yeah. Watch this.
There's so nice wheelchairs.
I'm looking to buy a wheelchair, a manual wheelchair. I'm looking to buy a wheelchair.
Excuse me. Turn off the phone.
Do you have a wheelchair ramp?
Should I come in?
Do you have a wheelchair ramp? You sell wheelchairs, but you don't sell a wheelchair. Really? You don't sell wheelchair ramps? Wow, really? Really? Yeah! What an idiot! What an idiot! You sell wheelchairs, but no wheelchair ramps. Ah, what a jerk! Aha! We caught you, you idiot!
I kind of triggered her.
Kind of.
Bring the cops.
Hey, what happened?
I'm suing you. We're suing you for $100,000. We're gonna sue you.
That was rude.
We're suing you. We're suing you. We're suing you for $100,000. We're suing you. Ow! Ow!
And she's screaming.
She's screaming help.
Me.
She's
hit me.
screaming.
Help! 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 Oh shit! She just hit me on camera. She just hit me on camera. Oh my god! Bring the cops. I'm suing you. We're suing you for $100,000. We're gonna sue you.
That was rude.
We're suing you. We're suing you. We're suing you for $100,000. We're suing you. Ow! 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 She just hit me. She just hit me. Help! Help! Help!
She's lunging at him.
Give me my soda. This thing with the noise. Listen to that noise.
Oh. And she sells wheelchairs. That is just too great.
Oh my god. So there's that.
Do you have the other ones on tape?
Yeah, somewhere.
Where were the other stores at?
The one was a pharmacy. The other was a carpet store, And then there was U-Haul. U-Haul didn't get a ramp yet, but they assaulted me. Hey, there we go.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Yo, what up, Adam?
Adam.
How's it
Adam,
going, guys?
where are you? What are you doing? You're on a spiritual retreat? What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I guess I'm out in Los Angeles,
Nice.
and I'm visiting with a contact that I made in the Sacramento cannabis movement. Someone that I had followed on the internet, and remember that 420 protest or 710 protest, whatever we had, and I brought that little plant with me, and I wrote that email to Murphy and the state police and Scutari and shit like that.
Yes.
So I'd shared that piece of that document on the internet, and one of the people that I was associated with on the internet, Mr. Scott Bates, saw that and he was like, "Oh, what are you, a lawyer? Let's talk more about this." And I said, "No, I'm not a lawyer, but I've been, involved with this, this Sacramento cannabis community thing, this movement on the East Coast for a little while, the Northeast." And he's like, and he told me his credentials and pedigree, and he's been involved with it, for decades longer in the West Coast, trying to get things involved, or trying to get things off the ground, and that was cool. So I'm out here. We're having a meeting of the minds, and we're planning our next step for how to bring this the Sacramento cannabis movement to the next step. We I had a phone call with Scott and Roger Christie just a few minutes ago, who's from the THC ministry in Hawaii, who's like an OG in this in the movement. He did federal time. One of the case law, the precedent-setting cases, it has his name on it. One of the series of cases that basically establishes where the goalposts would be for a successful petition against the government for your cannabis rights, your Sacramento cannabis rights. It looks so smoky in town there, Lefty. It looks so smoky. Right on Main Street.
Right? Like for a minute, we only saw a cloud.
Yeah. Something must be burning.
Just for a minute, though.
So I anyway, so we just had this call with Roger Christie, and he sent us some legal paperwork of his from his previous lawsuits, so that we can study them and use them as templates or whatever we're going to do to help get us to the next stage. So it's cool to come out here and have meet with other peers or actually technically I'm not like I said, Scott's been involved with this for a little longer than I have, but we're all peers, you know what I mean? So
plus we're not peers, we're equal.
Plus, like I said, Roger Christie's definitely one of the OGs of this thing, and like Scott and Roger just talk like friends. They call each other all the time.
We are friends.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And also, I had a call with also Dr. William Courtney, who is one of the the world's leading experts, medical doctors involved with cannabis, raw hemp expert, that kind of stuff, and the places that he's gone. The lengths that he's gone through to fight for cannabis access freedom, are great lengths. He's gone to great lengths. So he's definitely an OP in this space too. So that's cool to be connected to these people.
He's fully partners with us in this whole thing. In fact, we have a scriptural basis for what we're doing, our own work. And William and his wife Kristen are both working on their testimonies of Sacramento cannabis right now. And Williams, of course, is a most interesting one because his testimony of sacramental cannabis relates to how his scientific knowledge of the body's interaction with cannabinoids and the other therapeutic molecules in raw cannabis, like he understands the microbiology of it, the lipoproteins and how the stuff enters cells and why they do different things, like because cannabinoids going into different cells will have a different action, right? It's not just, it doesn't just do one thing. It does multitudes of different things, you know, and it depends on a lot of different stuff, but most of it has to do with synergies. And so when you start extracting and isolating and doing weird synthetic shit with stuff that's not THC, trying to make fake THC, like you strip the natural raw cannabis of its efficacy and its goodness, right? They're profaning something that's sacred with all that business that they're doing, or at least to me they are.
I mean, if you wanna introduce yourself to Mikey,
Yeah,
to Mikey and Lefty.
My name's Scott, but I go by Bud Green, and Bud Green with an E. I always think it sounds better if I say it has an E at the end.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Eli. So yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, but like back when Roger Christie had the THC ministry in Hawaii and was totally public and was fighting the police, you know, I was having Naibingi Ground Nation in my basement, you know, but like on a totally, you know, I had kids, so I was on a DL level, and Roger was out there on the forefront. So I have a huge debt of gratitude to Roger Christie, and really so do all people owe a huge debt of gratitude to Roger Christie, because his contribution to not just sacramental cannabis, but just cannabis rights in general is incalculable, really. And he's also like the best person in the world. Like I've never heard anyone have a bad word to say about Roger, and I've never talked to Roger even for a couple minutes and not felt completely uplifted by the experience.
I had the exact same experience just now in our call, and I'm going to share something with you that he said. So, he's really soft-spoken. He's very polite, and he's very positive in his word choices. You know, he doesn't say no and bad. He says, you know, yes and thank you.
He's positive. For sure.
But also, so he said he wanted to share with us a metaphor that he's been using recently for how he feels like he wants to connect with people. So what he said was that he has jumper cables direct from his heart. And when he said that, like, I smiled, because it's like that imagery is exactly what Roger brings. It felt like I laughed and smiled. You know, when you feel warm inside. You know what I mean? Like when that happens, when like someone says something and it's just like so perfect, and you know. Anyways.
Yeah, because it's an electrical connection when you deal with Roger. He's great.
He's a cute old man. He's very cute. But but yeah, so he's in his 70s. You know, he's the old guard basically, and you know.
And he's the only part of the old guard, like Eddie Lepp and Jack Hare and all them guys, who are also really good friends of mine. And like he's the only part of that old guard that wasn't crazy or sick. Like Eddie Lepp's wife Linda had stage 4 cancer at the time he planted that first garden on Highway 20 in Lake County, and we drove by it going to Reggae on the River. It was the funniest thing. I'm like, you could touch that. It's just right there. I didn't meet him until probably, I don't know, 8 years or something later. But I had known Jack from more than 30 years ago, back when he first was like hawking his paperback Emperor books, you know, on speaking tour. But
cool.
Yeah, and I've known him through the years. In fact, I saw Jack like a week before he died at a hotel where all the vendors used to stay in LA in the Valley when they came down. and I ran into him on the elevator, and I was recuperating from getting shot in the leg in a robbery at a dispensary.
Wow.
Oh,
And I ran into Jack Harrow in the elevator, and he looked great. Like every time I'd seen him for a couple of years before that, he did not look like the same guy. You know, after his strokes and everything, he'd be drooly and have trouble speaking. And, you know, when I saw him in the elevator, it was like he had a moment of health again before he passed. And it was such a blessing to see that. Because Jack was a good guy and a selfless guy, and a guy a lot of people took advantage of and continue to take advantage of, like his wife and whatever. Like people continue to take advantage of Jack Harrow's name for their own personal benefit, which was something that, well, I guess he did it a bit, but not to the same degree as other people. You know, he would help people to pay his mortgage or something. But, you know, there were lots of people who made lots of money off his name for sure.
Can I do it like this? Was this?
I don't know.
Does this work?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did that myself. I was much better. I just did the same thing.
Yeah. You inspired me.
Yeah, straight up. I had to plug my phone. It was losing a little battery.
So how can people still make money off his name? With the strains, like when they name the strains?
People use his name for stuff. People use his name for all kind of stuff. And even during his life, people used his name for stuff that never gave him anything, not even respect. And, you know, I love Eddie Lepp, but Eddie Lepp had his issues just like anyone else. And, you know, even with all his issues, I loved Eddie. And Jack and Eddie were super tight. They used to hang out all the time at Eddie's place in Lake County and do Jack's podcast from there and stuff. And they were like an odd couple, or like grumpy old men or something together. Which I look back on that time fondly.
I had just begun to correspond with Eddie Lepp because she Ann Armstrong made the referral for me to like put us in the same chat so that I, you know, and he agreed to do an interview for the documentary that I was.
That after he's out of prison?
It was right before he died.
Oh,
it was basically right before he died. You know, within a year, within a year of him dying, he had agreed to that. Same thing with, like I said, although Reverend Gregory Carl Davis from Georgetown, he died. He didn't exactly agree to an interview because he was, you know, distrustful. Even though on one hand he was like, well, I need to find some young men to take this over for me because I'm getting old. But at the same time, he was really guarded about everything.
Yeah.
And then I guess he didn't find anyone.
Well, Eddie went through some times. I knew him mainly before he went to prison. The government was really dirty on how they did Eddie in trial because the prosecution rested in his case and his lawyer moved for a summary dismissal, and the judge made the prosecution unrest their case and then told them the arguments that they had to make to nail Eddie Lepp. And they waited to take him to trial till after Linda died because Linda was the religiously sincere person. You know, Eddie Lepp was sincere, but I love him, but it's hard to call the guy religious, really. You know, he did his stuff, but even the stuff he did, like Sweat Lodge stuff and that with the native people around there, because his place in Lake County was holy ground to the native people. And it's actually where the like governmental forces shot cannons off at the native people. But anyway, you know, I know Eddie went through his stuff, and after he got out of prison, he married that one crazy porn star lady and did some weird stuff like in Nevada County or Sacramento County or something. But I know before he passed, he was trying to make apologies to like all the old school people in Mendocino and Lake, like Tim Blake and, you know, just all of the all the people in the movement. He tried to come back and make his apologies, and they welcomed him back and gave him some awards. And I was glad he was able to have some thing for his service. But I know that a lot of people, well, he was just from the era where you were sick like his wife Linda, or you were crazy like Eddie. And the advocates then were all either sick or crazy. They were ex-Vietnam vets with PTSD, or they were, they were cancer patients trying to not die. And the new generations since then have definitely changed a lot, but I still have respect for all those guys, the OGs, like Eddie and Jack and Roger Christie. There's others too, those guys out in the Coptic, the Ethiopian Coptic guys out in Florida, and there's been lots of people who really made their mark either just for cannabis or sacramental cannabis. Water. That's fine. We've created a tripod with my stainless water mug. So we're now coming to you live from atop the water mug.
Live from Venice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing.
I would prefer to be in Humboldt, but Venice is not an unreasonable facsimile except for the absence of redwood trees.
It's beautiful out here.
But climatically, it is very mild. It can be like 110 in the valley or inland, and it'll still be like 78 here maybe.
I've only been here for 2 days, but it's literally been nonstop beautiful when the sun's out. It's just no clouds, 65, 70 degrees.
Yeah, it's year round like that too. It's nice. I mean, it's not as nice as Arcata, but it's nice. I would still rather be up north, but I'm here now to do this work. I came down here to work with a lawyer, and what they were doing was a little too much. They were just taking gray market dispensaries and turning them into churches. And I kind of feel somewhat like that. I was the sincere patsy who would stand up in court and go to prison. So these gray market dispensary guys could have an argument to keep them in a location a little longer. Because they were just looking at it, I think, from the perspective of how can we stay at a spot and not have to move for 2 or 3 more months. We can just call ourselves a church, and then we have more arguments to introduce, more hearings, more whatever. Because they were gray market anyway. So they would just open a spot, run it till the wheels fell off, till they boarded up the doors, till they shut off the power. They even ran with generators sometimes until the cops actually came and posted guards. And then they already had a spot close by ready to go, and they would just move and notify everyone by email.
So pull a church to buy time.
Yeah. They were just increasing their stay.
I want to interrupt this broadcast with a message from our sponsor, weed. Friends, look at it. I got some California weed right here. It's pretty good. All right, good. Glad I could help.
Is that from the Tabernacle?
Yes, it is now. This is.
It has been blessed, and it is currently certified sacramental cannabis.
This is Cap Junkie strain.
Now you can't touch the Tabernacle. Once that weed is in the Tabernacle, nobody can touch it. Police can't touch it, right?
It's a religious artifact now.
You can transport it.
Yes, it could be holy sand from Jerusalem. It's just not that particular artifact.
Yeah, it's not land from the Holy Land. It's genetic descendants of the Tree of Life.
Yeah. So I don't know if he said anything about this, but what we're doing is we've made a new religion
No, it's not.
of sacramental cannabis spiritual disciplines that unify all faith perspectives. So no matter what religion you're from, they all practice sacramental cannabis use. And so we say that sacramental cannabis unites all faith. And we know that the divine plan and purpose is for us to unify and coordinate and uphold and uplift one another. And the commercial model doesn't do that for our community. The commercial model doesn't uplift our community. The only model that uplifts communities is the church model, because the church model is not for individual profit. It's to uplift the community. And that's the divine plan and purpose for cannabis. And that's why cannabis is a sacrament, not because we say so, but because that's the will of the Creator who made its nature the way it is, right? The nature of cannabis is what indicates to us it's a sacrament. We observe it, we see it, we know it's a sacrament, but it's not our doing, right? We didn't make this up. It's observable reality.
And not only on top of that, which would be the natural religion part of it that any individual could come to, it's already institutionalized in religions for that purpose.
Yeah, and there's no religious tradition on earth that hasn't utilized sacramental cannabis. I mean, last year they found the 3,000-year-old Holy of Holies, and the cannabis residue was on every surface in the whole thing, on all of the rocks.
Is that the Mount Arad? Is that what it is?
It's out in the desert.
Yeah, there was a in 2020 they discovered in Jerusalem at an ancient Hebrew worship site. They had the two worship pillars where it was burned. On one side was the frankincense, incense, and the other side was the cannabis and dung.
Yeah, and incidentally,
it's at the same one. It's different.
It might be the same. I don't know. There's Noah's in the desert, but frankincense, incidentally, is also a medicine, a natural medicine. And the reason that frankincense was traded so much and venerated so much, and myrrh also, is for their medicinal properties, right? They weren't taking incense all around the world on camel trains. It's potent medicine, especially myrrh for anything oral and dental. Myrrh is like amazing. So all those things were viewed as sacred because of their natures, their properties, to heal us, to uplift us, to unify our consciousness, right? Because when we smoke herb together, we come to a meeting of our minds. You know, we coordinate, we integrate into what we're doing, and we come to a higher consciousness together.
Amen.
And uplift one another. And that's, you know, that miracle is available to everyone. The miracle of sacramental cannabis and its spiritual healing is available to everyone. And
You guys froze up.
Yeah, what happened?
I was going to ask about the anointing oil.
maybe we've all been cut off.
There we go.
There we go.
You ever notice how you get a lot more high when you smoke with somebody else?
There, I'm back on.
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay.
So the controversy about calamus. A lot of churches say calamus is the ingredient in anointing oil.
Has no medicinal value as a junk plant. It's absolute nonsense.
Yeah, that's what I say.
That whole argument is bullshit. It's subterfuge.
And
yeah,
Rhode Island had a good insight into that.
They also have another thing where it's just like some kind of reed plant that's a fiber plant.
like a sugar cane, maybe a sugar cane kind of deal.
That's
No.
ridiculous assertion.
I don't agree either because
no one actually believes that.
No.
Because I know people who know stuff about like the encampment at Engedi that was led by John the Baptist of Nazarites, and they lived off cannabis flower that they ate and seeds that they ate and honey, and that was all they ate. That was their whole thing. And Adam will tell you, I'm not the expert, but the Nazarites were the only people allowed in the Holy of Holies besides the high priests. And that's what John the Baptist was the head of that order at Engedi. And then they were they wore skins and they had dreadlocks, right? That's what the Rastafari is a vow of the Nazarite. But that's the same way the Nazarites at Engedi did it. Those were all dreadlock Rastaman that Christ went to for baptism, who lived off cannabis.
That was the baptism of fire, right?
Just like, yeah, even like Shiva in his incarnation was supposed to have lived off bhang, which is ghee and cannabis mixed together. That was all he ever ate for his whole life, and he told people that he ate it so he could be spiritually in tune. In fact, in Hinduism, it goes back even to the creation myth, to where Kali planted the first cannabis plant, or as they call it, ganja. She founded the first ganja at the mouth of the Ganges River at the creation of the world. So, and I mean, it's like stuff in Taoist religion, they use sacramental cannabis. In Buddhist, the Buddhists use sacramental cannabis. Even the Muslims use sacramental cannabis. It's a universal practice, and it's a universal practice because it's part of spiritual discipline, and it elevates your vibrational awareness to a higher level when you use it, especially if you're focusing your mind and you're either trying to pray or worship. It elevates you much easier to that state. And especially when we live in a materialistic world where everyone's mind is completely overtaken with material concerns and their wage slavery and everything else, like it's hard to lift yourself to even conceive of spiritual reality when you're so bogged down in mundane material.
I got a question. Why are my dreams so insane when I don't smoke?
I don't know, but we're doing a show right
Your
now.
melatonin, we're on a podcast. So it's because of your melatonin, because when you smoke a lot of weed, your body produces less melatonin. And then when you stop
having a little
and when I have
sidebar.
porn, I didn't smoke for weeks.
yes, because then you have a melatonin surge when your body starts to learn how to produce it again, and then melatonin is responsible for some of your dream states. So that's why. And then you know.
Well, there, I answered Joe Rogan's question.
That's true.
We were just talking about how high we were for worship night last week. We got super stoned in the parking lot and went to worship night. It was 90 minutes of Christian music, and it was amazing.
And I ate edibles, and they kicked in like crazy hard in the middle of the whole thing.
If you're singing when you're doing that, you sing when you're high, it's like a kind of prana yoga, which is just breath control. And worship songs will all put you in a state of breath control because of how you have to breathe to sing it. That lifts your consciousness, which is why we all sing songs of worship.
Yeah, we get so big when we go to that worship night.
That's nice. That's the way you're supposed to.
Yeah, man.
Ramakrishna was a holy man in India, and he said that spiritual seekers ought to cling to one another's company like the people who smoke the ganja. You know, that was his example of people who were really united and integrated was the sadhus who smoked cannabis and their little chillums and whatnot. So anyway, it's a precedent. Being high at worship is like
is a blessing. You know, that's one of the beautiful ministries of cannabis. It's that on the metaphysical level, it lifts our minds out of the mundane material and lets them be lifted to that spiritual level where you can enter a state of prayer or worship. That's one of the best. That's another reason we know cannabis is a sacrament. It's because it lifts us to prayer and worship.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
glad you guys are doing this because there's people in New Jersey that are like, "Oh, I can't get my license. I'm just going to open up a church." No intention
Yeah,
of anything. It's
happen out here.
there's
A little bit. You know a little bit about that.
listen. I'm good friends with New Jersey Weed Man and Pat Duff and like their whole thing at the Liberty Bell, and I was I I worked with them when they had Liberty Bell Temple down in LA.
I took the pictures.
Yeah. So like you know, I know something about guys having churches, and here's the thing. As an individual church, the government can always take you down because they can bankrupt you. And you can't pay for a lawyer to assert your rights. Because to win legally, you have to be asserting your rights. Number one, you have to be the plaintiff. And I'm not really going to give away our whole legal strategy, but there is a proven legal strategy that has multi-case precedent of how you get a sacrament protected. And that's the path to freedom. And nobody's willing to do it because no one can do it alone. It costs too much. They've made it cost prohibitive. I mean, just to file a goddamn federal lawsuit is, at least 60K. It could be 80K for all I know now.
Jesus
like it's
Christ.
a lot of money just to file that shit, right? Justice ain't for the poor, number one. And so, we try to build our ministries to the point that our ministries that we have enough collective security that our ministries can fund the lawsuit, and we can protect our rights because it's already protected. You just have to create the case law. You have to take it to the Supreme Court. And the beautiful thing about the idiotic conservative Supreme Court is all of their constituents are in the religion racket. And you can't start taking away religion and religious rights and not get shut down by those right-wing nut guys. So, like, those guys know where their bread is buttered. And all those conservative justices, in fact, the last case that we're trying to model our thing after that went to the Supreme Court won 12-0 in the Supreme Court. And it was, here's the thing, when you sue the government for your religious right to sacramental cannabis, they have to prove to the strict standard of scrutiny, which is the hardest standard there is, right? You have preponderance of the evidence, the lowest standard, reasonable doubt, the middle standard, strict scrutiny, the hardest standard to attain to. And what they have to prove to the strict scrutiny standard is that they have a compelling governmental interest to prevent us from practicing our religion, right? And they used to say their compelling interest was diversion, right? Churches might sell weed and divert it into the market or whatever, right? That was diversion was their compelling government interest. But with more than half the states having legal cannabis, they can't make that argument anymore. That argument cannot be proven to the strict scrutiny standard at all.
The last time it was made was Roger Christie, right? That was the last.
And yeah, maybe. And they got nothing else.
And that was before everything was legal.
Like, yeah, and that was before the two other cases and other things that it.
Oh, that's happened. Right. That's right. Those things.
So I mean, there's precedent now, and to deny us our religious right to sacramental cannabis would be discriminatory because they're already allowing other people other sacraments. And we have to follow that model. And that's the way that we, as a group of sacramental cannabis ministries and a group of church communities that we want to uplift and build so that we can have collective security. That's how we get to that point, is by building those communities and ministering sacramental cannabis. Because once people start following the spiritual disciplines, they get uplifted immediately. Like consciousness starts to grow almost instantly. Those spiritual fruits, like it doesn't take a lot of time. Once you start doing the basics, you're gonna grow. And people who grow become super levicated to doing it and being of service. Because that's really of spiritual disciplines, that's the apex, is service to one's fellows. Right? And so you can tell people who are conscious, spiritually conscious, because they will do stuff for their fellow man. And it's just like it's a hallmark of conscious people, is that they give themselves in service. Because as you do to the least of these my children, you have done to me. And you know, that's regardless of where that comes from, that's the expression of parental deity towards conscious beings. And you know, that's the injunction. You know?
Here's a good Bible stat for you. 68% of Jesus's miracles were for the disabled. Love that.
Yeah, the thing is, there's probably way more miracles for people that were disabled in one way or another, because the guy he's supposed to have cast the demons out of was really just had mental issues. He was schizophrenic.
Epilepsy. Could be epilepsy.
He healed him. It could have been epilepsy too, but he just healed him of that. And the whole sheep running over the cliff is a coincidence. But you know, I think we don't understand the fullness of the miracles of Christ's ministries, but I don't think any of that stuff matters. I think what matters is his example and teachings. And his example is heal the sick and be a servant of all, right? He said, who would become chiefest amongst you? He said to his apostles, who would become chiefest amongst you must become servant of all. Our ordained priesthood is called the Holy Order of Servants, because we understand that service is what unites us and brings us together and gives us collective security. And collective security is the only way to assert your rights. Because we're not trying to protect our rights or have our rights ratified or anything else. We're asserting our right. We're not asking them for anything. Like, there's a form that you can ask for a religious exemption, right? You can fill out a form and ask for it, but they just deny everyone who fills it out. And then you can't sue them for it because you already had your shot at remedy, right? You've given up, you did it their way, now you're done, right? But if you do it the correct way as a free man, asserting your rights and claiming what's yours, because freedom of religion, incidentally, is not a right they granted us. It's an enumerated right, an inalienable right. Right? They didn't give us that right. It's inalienable to all human beings. And our freedom of religion is our inalienable right. And it's enumerated in the Constitution, but they didn't give it to us. That's our birthright. That's our human right, our natural right. You know, that's so. And all people have the right to worship according to the dictates of their conscience. And, you know, the fact that they single out cannabis as the thing that doesn't get to do that is just a fuckery. And the fact that they're trying to point it to, well, you can just get a license and all that kind of shit, and which makes you complicit in their whole fuckery cannabis system. Like, I don't know. I'm passionate.
Yeah.
I see we got NJ Medman in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
we got Medman.
What's going on, man? How you been?
Yeah, I've been all right.
Been
All right. Got to get a new car. Car's limping it out. I got fucking involved in a hit and run in Brooklyn last week.
Oh man.
The old hit and run.
Yeah, there's not like fucking walking out of your buddy's house, looking up the block, seeing flashing lights, going, yeah, we'll just hang out for a little while longer. And then when you leave, you realize you're one of the 3 cars that got hit.
Ouch.
That shit happens.
Yeah, Medman's always out helping patients.
That man's going to help himself tonight and eat some mushrooms.
Oh,
self-care, baby.
Yeah.
Self-care is healthcare.
Get a box of Dutch Masters.
Self-care, healthcare.
That is your teacher. Self-care is healthcare. Actually, that works against the whole healthcare thing. Don't do that.
That's all you know what?
You can still healthcare without THC.
That's true.
Yes, I have a question. If I want to sue a post office for wheelchair accessibility, am I suing the federal government or is that just Superior Court? Because I want to sue them. I want to sue them because, you know.
Well, you probably have to sue the federal government and the post office because they're not the same thing, and then make them both plaintiffs. But defendants. But I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And you could find a lawyer. There's lawyers who do Disabilities Act cases as their whole practice, and they just send people into places that aren't accessible and then offer them a settlement or file a suit.
That's so Lefty gets involved in all these situations where there's not accessibility. One of the things that Steve Cross does is provide ramps, places for accessibility.
Nice.
But there's not enough accessibility. There's not enough money to buy enough ramps, so
Chris just built a guy already.
The post office just recently was inaccessible to Lefty, and they threatened to arrest him.
Yeah, we set a ramp up. Went in there with Bongholio. He's an 8-foot purple bong, and went in there, and they claimed that we can't film in the post office, and we were causing a disturbance. And the video shows that that was not the case, that they lied, and it was ridiculous. It was a shit show.
Yeah, and my whole thing is he doesn't even have jurisdiction, like, on federal property of the post office. But, I mean, that's a gray area in itself. That's always a thing. But he trying to write us up for harassment and gave us a hard time. And the girls in the post office lied about shit.
Yeah, false police report.
Yeah, they filed a false police report is what they did.
They always do that.
Yeah.
I told you if you happen to go to Ocean County Courthouse, their new security parking sits right on the handicap ramp.
Yeah, I believe that. I've seen that before. Mm-hmm.
They made a spot in between the handicap and the handicap ramp strictly for security parking, and the truck literally sits one wheel on the ramp.
Ocean County, man.
And theoretically, it's a public garage, so they're not allowed to reserve parking for anybody.
Ocean County is like the only shelter in New Jersey that has no homeless shelter. The only county that has no homeless shelters in New Jersey.
So I still technically work for Ocean County, even though I've been suspended for over 2.5 years, awaiting dealing with cannabis charges.
Oh man. When's that going to end?
They pushed me back to March again. It's going to be real interesting because most likely I'm going in. I'm getting the illegal search thrown out, which drops me to 4 felonies, and I'm going, fuck your plea deal. I plead guilty to everything. Thank you for my social equity points.
That's true. Well, you don't have that many yet?
Then you turn around, get it expunged, and then open up.
Yeah, cash that in, man. Wow, you get a dispensary out of it.
Cool shit, man. Congratulations, man.
Good job. Well played.
Congratulations, man.
My lawyer doesn't want me to flip him off, but it's non-violent, non-sales cannabis charges. They just extend my probation. I smoke weed and eat mushrooms. That's it. Put me
We're
on probation as long as you want.
we're a T-shirt with the middle finger on it.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had to go to court once so far, and my lawyer just looked at me and said, "Really?" Because I smoked the hash rosin blunt before I walked in, hotboxed the car.
Nice. You stunk.
Oh yeah. No, they hand searched me coming into the courthouse.
Twice.
I smiled and said, "I know I smell good." Fucking weed, you cocksuckers.
Yeah. It's like I ain't trying to be all like filled with anxiety and shit while in court, you know?
I do stupid things like I've gotten into arguments at the Tropicana at the check-in desk and lit weed up at the check-in desk.
Oh man.
They always fuck my reservations up and give rooms away on comp rooms. And I said to the kid, I said, I want to speak to a manager. He said, well, the woman that just stormed off was the manager.
Oh man.
So we're going back and forth because they gave away my smoking room, and on a comp room it costs like $40 a night. They want to charge me $75 to cancel it. And I say, this is bullshit. Like I'm not supposed to be dealing with stress and anxiety like this. I got meds for this. And the kid goes, by all means, if you need a glass of water. I said, I'll probably take a bottle because I'm gonna have some cotton mouth. My friend said, oh fuck. Grabbed the bags of weed and ran out the casino. I said, what the fuck are they gonna do? It's not even arrestable. Smoking where you're not allowed to smoke.
Yo, Lefty's favorite diner. We were there Friday night. We were just ripping the dipper right at the freaking counter. Ripping the dipper, just blowing, just
smoke everywhere. It was great. That was the first.
That was great.
And the cops go in there at night too.
Ask Seth about dealing with the cops. We took him out to eat one night, got real fucked up, and we stopped at a pizzeria in Jackson. They must have had a funeral or a parade, and we're blazed out. We went outside to smoke during our meal, and like 12 state troopers come walking in.
That's 12 too many.
Listen, once they get the full green light where the townships change their policy and they're actually allowed to smoke, I'm going to be setting up at a few Ocean County police stations table to give cannabis away to the law enforcement officers.
Give it away to the law enforcement officers. That's great.
That way, they're better off going home and smoking weed than drinking. They ain't got to beat their wives up that way.
What's up, Stoner Crone?
Not much. I just pulled up to a friend's house and I saw this, and I thought, okay, what is this? So here I am.
Cool.
Hey, what's up? We're just having a little sesh here, talking about weed and talking about cannabis in the Bible, which is really cool. And
we're talking about cannabis and getting prosecuted for it.
Prosecuted and all kinds of fun stuff here that we have to deal with as patients.
Oh, I have to tell you, I just pulled up to my girlfriend's, and she had to drive back to Ohio here a couple of years ago, and they got pulled over by Border Patrol in Texas, and they had wax and oil and more weed and edibles than a dispensary. And luckily, the cop was like very nice, or that he wasn't a cop, he's Border Patrol. He was very nice to them. They had to get out of the car. They made him go sit on a bench, and he told my girlfriend, put your purse on top of the roof. And she's like, oh, no, I'm going to take it. And he goes, no, you're going to leave it on top of the roof because it was too high for the dog to smell. And so they found a little bit in the car that was the driver's she didn't even know it was in there. It was like old as God. It was really old stuff. And so he's like, okay, ladies, so you want to get the hell out of Texas as fast as you can, because we're really not looking for small users. We're looking for people who are transporting. So yes, they were very lucky.
So
wow. Yeah.
I'll say I think I got the first cannabis fucking roadside sobriety test in New Jersey because when they pulled me over, there ended up being 8 state troopers out there just to witness it. And I opened my glove box to get my paperwork, and there was like 2 ounces of exotic sitting right there, and I froze like a deer in headlight. And the cop was cool. He goes, "Mr. Rogers, that's legal. We're not looking for that." And I will say, listen, they were young, but they were the coolest state troopers I've ever dealt with. One of the few
That's
times,
what's up.
like I get major PTSD from cops. So I left there, hands fucking no shake to him.
That's what's
He
up,
goes,
man.
he saw the weed. He goes, "We're not looking for that. It's legal now." And I said, "Oh, you got to understand my shock. You know, for the last 20 some years of my life, that you seeing that's 8 hours tonight, 2 or 3 nights in court, depending on the town, maybe a lawyer." And they pulled up, well, we detect the odor of burnt cannabis and asked me to do a field sobriety. Did it. Were totally cool with me. And was out of there. But I think it was the first in the area because by the time they had me out of the car to do it, there was literally fucking 8 troopers out there just to watch.
Hi.
You know, you could have Oprah requested the footage, the body camera footage.
I didn't. You know, I didn't tell him I just smoked 20 minutes before that. I told him it was hours, but I was high as a kite past that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
I think those two were together. I think Wendy was with. What happened here? Stoner. Oh, we lost her. We lost her. Cool stuff, man. So yeah, I do have a template to sue the post office. My friend gave me this 15-page thing that he's using to sue a municipality, and all I have to do is cut and paste. All I have to do, cut and paste my information in there, and it's a lot of work. It really is. Hey,
You can do it, Lefty. You're worth it.
It's worth my time and energy.
Oh yeah.
Guys, I'm here. I'll join you next time. I got to dip out.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also. Bye.
Good night.
Are you from New Jersey? Oh, okay, I was going to ask, where's she from? Is she from New Jersey?
Oh shit, we should have asked her the 3 questions. Damn it.
Oh,
Yeah. It went quick though. It's not our fault.
Oh well.
I mean, other than me.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm glad you guys are doing this legit, man, because we need legitimacy. We don't need these false prophets running around saying, "Oh, I'm starting a religion," and it's just not a religion at all. I just want to sell weed.
Well, you know, the people who, you know, try to get a license for or try to open a lounge or a dispensary in one town, get denied, and then pivot and try to say I'm opening up a place of worship in the next town. And then I don't think that that's going to work for them when the inevitable happens, which is as an unlicensed dispensary, the you know, with a brick and mortar, you know, you run the risk of the whatever the Cannabis Control Commission, you know, task force, investigatory, whatever they're doing, you know, the regulatory capture so that they can keep their market. What the hell is that movement so much? What's moving?
They're closing them up in New York too.
What'd you
I
say?
thought we were having an earthquake.
They're getting
again.
fined. They're getting
We
fined.
had an earthquake a little while ago at like 3 a.m.
Really?
Woke me up. It sucked. Yeah.
I did wake up at like 3 a.m.
It wasn't this morning. But there was a little while ago. There was a 4.2 and then a 3.8 that were like 6 minutes apart, and they were just right over in Malibu, out in the ocean. But it was like equidistant from here and from Malibu.
I think I woke up 3 in the morning because the people in my hotel sound like they were doing jumping jacks. The hotel room came with earplugs.
That's how you know you're in Venice.
Next time I'm going to stay on the top floor. It won't be a problem. But live in mind.
So what are you guys doing tomorrow out there?
I got some appointments we gotta take care of. I'm hoping to go to the beach just to look at the beach. That would be nice. Sometime, like right down the road. Not like swimming because it's the winter, but I went to the beach this morning and stood there and kind of like my feet were in the sand and looked up and down the beach. It was cool. I enjoyed it. So other than that, I don't know. Do more planning and more strategery. Try to figure out some of the details about the phase we're in.
The ins and outs. There's a lot of ins and outs with this thing, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of ins, a lot of outs.
You can just call me the dude. Or Duderino.
Well, Adam knows I'll help in any way possible. I really support that a lot. So
Well, I mean, Lefty, what? I mean, I told I was telling Scott earlier, like the name of your organization, like people across that, that you're in whatever capacity you have, you're part of this as well. Like, I know you believe it, sincerely and genuinely.
And really, we're just trying to ask people how they can help. I mean, different people have different skills. There's certain things I can do that no one else can do, and there's certain things Adam can do that no one else can do. And I know there's certain things that everyone can do, and that's another way you build community, is by bringing your best contribution forward. That inspires other people to do the same, and pretty soon you've generated a level of integration and synergy that it becomes too powerful to stop. And that's just natural law. Like, there's nothing they can do about that. By bringing our conscious minds behind a thing that we're trying to accomplish, which is just asserting our natural rights to practice religion how we see. Like, there's what they do in these instances is they try to find you guilty of something else, right? Like, you haven't got the building you're in the right code or zone or shit like that, right? Because they can't really say that you can't have cannabis because they know that's a lawsuit.
It's got to be blind.
And so they try other stuff, and I've seen them do all kinds of stuff with churches, and then I've also seen them just let churches be too. The thing is that unless we're together, unless we're unified, we can't withstand governmental assault. They have too much budget, and the kind of budget it takes for the kind of case that we're looking at doing, it's like $12 million or more to get through to the Supreme Court. The last case cost $6 million, but cannabis is a economically significant thing, and they'll fight us harder just because they understand what they're giving up, right? By allowing us cannabis, by allowing us sacramental cannabis. And they act like they're allowing, but we're just asserting our right. They don't have any say in the matter, really. But you can't just walk down the street and say that. You have to go to the Supreme Court and get it put in case law. And one of the tricks that they've used on Roger and other people in the community is they just dismiss cases without prejudice, and then there is no case law. They just drop their wrongful, persecution of an individual, and then there's no case law.
That's what happened.
That's been said. And that's Dr. Courtney used to get people off a lot with that. He would go to court. One time I got busted for 50 pounds in Sonoma County. I had 50 pounds of OG on me, and they arrested me. And I said it was for my personal use. And then Dr. Courtney came and testified in court that I needed 50 pounds for my immediate personal use. And the prosecuting attorney started coming unglued, right? And the judge says, "Excuse me, are you a doctor?" He goes, "No, Your Honor." He said, "Well, then let me hear from the doctor." And so he's all right, going above the prosecuting attorney. He says, "Where do you get this dosage guideline that you're presenting here, Dr. Courtney? Because I've never heard this before." He said, "Oh, Your Honor, this is the patent that the FDA owns on the CBD molecules, anti-inflammatory and regenerative nerve properties, or whatever that CBD patent they hold is." And he said, "This is the dosage guideline in this patent, Your Honor. So we'd like to introduce it as then my public defender or pretender says we'd like to introduce this into evidence, Your Honor." And the judge says, "Come up here," and then drops the case. Because if you enter the government's patent on the medicinal qualities of cannabis, Schedule 1 topples. So they just dropped the case.
I mean, that was a potentially precedent-setting.
Yeah. No, and he did that. He did that hundreds of times. That's one of the reasons that the Justice Department wanted to murder him, and why he had to leave the country.
That's great. Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm okay.
What's going on? What are you doing?
Well, I'm closing the pot shop in Atlanta because there's no business, and they've opened a CBD in near about every gas station in Atlanta. So, and I'm having a hard time finding employees at 15 an hour. So, it'll be 8 years, April 20th, that we were open. I'm going into working on cannabisnation.com, which will be a streaming podcast, worldwide nation like foxnation.com, but it'll be cannabisnation.com.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking for sponsors right now. But I found most of the sources to do the streaming and be able to market streaming. So it's a slow progress. I got to move out of the shops by the first of the month, so I'm kind of busy.
What's the name of your shop?
The Pot Shop in Atlanta. It was the first shop to sell CBD in the state of Georgia, and the office for CAMP was in the back, Coalition Abolition Marijuana Prohibition. It did the 25 years of the Pot Festival and lobbied for civil citation bill in Atlanta and surrounding counties, and lobbied and helped get the bill passed for low THC oil, which is useless, but it's the only legal medical marijuana in Georgia. And we were supplying that to patients that have a state card for the last 5 years. But the Reverend Greg Davis that was supplying it and making it, called the Miracle Molecule, he passed away 3 months ago. And we haven't found anybody to take his place. So we're going through a trying time in Georgia. The governor's trying to allot some rich people and True Leave out of Florida the right to grow or produce the medical marijuana less than 5% THC, which is basically useless. But we've got some plans on how we can get seeds to patients with a card so they can grow their own hemp less than 5% THC, which should open the door to having legal hemp, at least for patients with the card. But the state, pretty much the city, we've been selling, hemp rolls and raw hemp less than 3% THC for quite a while. And nobody seems to want to interfere with it or have a court case because they would lose. So I'm working with Georgians, what do they call it? It's Teresa Yarborough's group, commercial GCIA, and I go to the Peachtree Normal meetings, which are of little consequence, but we'll keep trying. How you doing?
We're doing good. Can you turn that TV down a little bit? Is that possible?
I thought it was way down low, but yeah.
I can hear Bill O'Reilly.
No, that's Sean Hannity.
Oh, Sean Hannity.
We don't have a Bill. We don't have a Bill O'Reilly anymore.
There we go. That is better though.
No Bill O'Reilly.
No Rush Limbaugh either anymore.
No Rush Limbaugh.
No Bob Grant.
That's why CannabisNation.com is so important. Like this podcast, we probably could get 10,000 viewers, but it'll be an array of a window of podcasts in various states and national spread, so that people can click on and join, just like I did a minute ago.
Right, we're glad you hopped on. This is great.
Yeah. So
yeah, we're a 501c3. We advocate for disability rights and for cannabis patients' rights.
Right. I didn't, Camp never went for a nonprofit status because of all the legal implications, et cetera, and we weren't taking donations that were tax deductible. So it was more of a political action committee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And, but, Peachtree Normal is a nonprofit, and so is Teresa Yarborough's organization. So we have some nonprofits we can work in. I'm also working on .com.net, which is a fundraising vehicle for nonprofits to be able. Most states allow nonprofits to run bingo games. So we built a bingo game for internet use. I haven't released it yet, but it's called iBong.
Nice.
Cool.
That's bingo.
That's cool.
Pot bingo. So
pot bingo.
It could raise money for a lot of groups that need it, because we're not. I've been against commercialization. I used to argue with Normal about decrim, but now I'm more of a decrim guy. I don't believe commercialization. I never have. Is a good way to proceed, because they're just going to arrest you if you break the rules in legal marijuana. So you're back to square one. So people should be able to grow their own non-for-profit transfer, medical marijuana access. That's basically what Dennis Perone believes, and
Dennis was a good dude.
other associates of mine have gone the commercial route, but I've never been for it. I only see harm in the future, and more government control.
Here in New Jersey, we can't grow cannabis, but it's legal.
Yeah,
so you can grow it for money, but if you have cancer, you can't grow it for your cancer. You get 5 years in jail.
Exactly. So all this work we've done for 50 years, where has it got us? A bunch of rich millionaire young yuppies who are going to grow pot for us.
We have legal suicide in New Jersey, but you can't grow your own.
Yeah, well,
really, you can kill yourself in New Jersey?
Yeah, it's like the death by dignity law. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations!
People in New Jersey are a little whack.
Yeah, it was like it came into effect in August 20 of 20. I remember Jeff was like considering like he was going through the mental fuckery of the fact that the state would help him kill himself as opposed to help him live.
It's so easy to kill yourself.
The whole concept of it, and he batted it. He just,
It's so easy to kill yourself nowadays. All you got to do, go down to the corner and get yourself a fentanyl pill.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, any pharmacy.
You won't even feel it. I mean, I'm sad to say that, but 100,000 dead last year, 110,000.
We just went to a town that banned medical cannabis. They banned medical cannabis.
What?
And, they have fentanyl overdoses all the time there, but cannabis
unanimously across the board.
I have a big problem with human beings being ignorant and foolish. I'm sorry. I've gotten old at my age. I've stayed with it, and I'm amazed every day by the stupidity and ignorance of so many Americans who have lived 40, 50 years and still can't see the truth.
Well, when someone's ignorant and they only hurt themselves,
Yeah.
it hits differently. But when they're ignorant and they hurt others in the same
Yes.
action, that just doesn't hit right.
No. And kids are dying from fentanyl now. So I haven't heard of one overdose from pot yet. Not one.
They keep telling us it's going to happen on Halloween with the candy. It hasn't happened yet.
More of that edible scare.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, God bless you all. I can't stay very long. I'm got you on save. I'm going to be back. And I wanted
Thanks,
to see
Paul.
how it was going, streaming Podwise. All the best.
God bless, Paul. Have a good night.
You have a good night.
Thank you.
So does anybody else go to Wawa to make their mushroom tea?
Mushroom tea?
I know Medman does.
Ah, Medman.
Shout out to Medman and his daily routine.
You know, maybe a law enforcement officer in here too.
Mushroom tea at Wawa's. That's great.
Thank you. Wawa.
I love Wawa.
Being something special when the guy tells you to enjoy the rest of your night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They got 2 sets of doors at Wawa. There's always one extra chance to hold the door for someone, you know? Ooh, what's going on? I'm getting a call. Hang on.
Hey guys, you're here at the end of the show, so I'm gonna end the show with you guys. It's kind of cool. We do our list, but let me just thank cmmnj.org, sativacross.org, CannaSense, UFCW, Local 152, Jackson Storm, Smoking Monkey, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, and Pure Puff Lifestyle Shop. Cheryl Miller, Sabina, Diane, Gracie, Cindy Mae, Marie, Jack, Joan, Randy, Polly, Bill, Chad, Jeremy, Colette, Matt, Troy, Russ, Roger, Jay, Ella, Hattie, Jackie, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Felicia, Flo, Carl, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Thorne, Lorraine, Terry, Charlotte, Cher, Jaybird, Michael, Marley, Colette, Brendan, Red, Rico, Lulu, and Jeff. Those are all our friends who have passed on that either needed cannabis or were cannabis patients. And the list grows. One out of 10 patients die every year. 1 out of 10 of us. That number has been consistent. Mikey, would you like to take us home? Oh wait, I have to start. I always do that.
Yeah.
So it starts like this. I watch a lot of rugby, and I heard them say this at all the rugby games when someone died. I never knew what it was, so I looked it up, and it was written 100 years ago for World War I. The guy wrote it. Francis Byron. It's called Ode of Remembrance, and it's really long. It's super long. It's like 20 stanzas, and we read like 2 of them at the end of each show because it affects us. It affects our activism. It's kind of has a meaning for us with our activism because we went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Scott, Adam, Medman, Mikey. Let's talk again. Scott, we got to talk some more.
All right, I'd love to anytime. I'm sure Adam can hook me up to it.
That's true. I can do the social media things.
And we can also just, we can IM or whatever too. Because I'm at a point right now where it's all outreach. We're trying to build a collective security of cannabis ministries. And so it's all outreach now.
Anything I can do to help, man. It's awesome. Great work, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Hey, Medman, enjoy your sipping and tripping on that tea.
Yay!
Oh, I will. I got the perfect accent to a glass of mushroom tea. I got a little bit of mushroom honey to add to it. We going for like 5 grams of some fucking albino something, I forget, and then a couple spoons of some Enigma honey.
Oh man.
Bottoms
It's
up.
not really microdosing per se.
I'd also like to say too, Lefty, I'm starting a grow with a buddy of mine. We've already started. It's running, and we're going to have clones available this year, reasonably priced, and we're also going to be doing medical patient discounts. So,
whoop, whoop. Right on. I like that. Leave it to New Jersey Medman to show us how it's done.
Oh.
That's Liz. That's not me. Well, I agree. Though, 100%.
We're probably going to give away some. I'll make it out to 1 or 2 of the podcasts. Give away some stupid clones too. I got some real high end exotic stuff coming,
man.
Along with regular average clones.
Regular average, run of the mill.
That are all still real good.
Yeah, your run of the mill is like awesome and amazing. So that's all good.
Some 9-pound hammers, some GMO, some sours coming.
Oh, come on.
Love me some GMO.
Yeah.
Got some jealousy coming. Actual verified cut of jealousy, some actual verified RS11.
All right, guys. I'm gonna sign off. We'll talk again
You guys
soon.
have a good night.
Thanks, guys. Good night, everybody.
All right, yeah, good night, guys.
Later.
Later.
Trip.